Hello friends, I am Annalisa and welcome to my channel. If you're new, it's great to have you and always welcome back to old friends. Today's reading is about soul purpose, and before I go into the readings I want to give my brief understanding of what that actually means. And I understand there is a collective, we have a collective reason for being on the earth, for projecting into this reality and this experience, but we also have a unique experience that we want to have, a unique purpose. And I'm going to be looking into the unique purpose today. And our unique purpose, it can be summed up right into one sentence, which is to find our joy. And you may have heard this before from other teachers, and that's in simple, really simple terms, is to find our joy, find our bliss, our highest excitement, that kind of thing. How do we do that? Sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds to just do things that make us happy, because we can follow those paths and then find actually we're not at all happy following that path. So what's that about? Well, we come in with an experience where we didn't have that joy. So we often come in with a childhood or an experience at some point where we didn't have the kind of satisfaction, peace, happiness that we really want in life. We have almost the opposite. So you can look back to your childhood or any major traumatic incidents and see that as the kind of opposite of what you're looking for, what your joy is, the thing that's really going to essentially really fulfill you on a very deep level. And so, for example, if you came into a family where you felt isolated, then your highest joy may be in about feeling a feeling of belonging within relationship or within connection. Or if you came in with an experience of feeling only loved for doing certain things conditionally, being loved conditionally, then your highest joy would be about finding unconditional love, where you're loved regardless of who you are or what you do. So that's a kind of little thing you can look into and understand for yourself. And then, well, we'll see what comes up in the different groups, in the different piles, as to what wants to be explored for each group and what themes may come up. I'm really intrigued. I love this kind of work. So there will be an extension. The extension is going to look into what action steps you can take now in order to move deeper into your joy. So look out for that below. Otherwise, take a moment, relax into your body, breathe, feel your feet on the ground, and allow the number or the image or the stone to just come to you, to kind of drift into your awareness quietly, just gently, like easily, just something that kind of flows, something that just flows into you. Number 1, we've got ocean jasper. Number 2, we've got the peacock ore. Number 3, we've got the amethyst. And number 4 is the quartz with chloride. Okay, so feeling what you're drawn to. If we start the reading and it doesn't resonate, you can come back and choose again. Yeah, and let's see what comes out. I'm excited, guys. Okay. All right, group number 1. Let's see what comes out for you guys. Okay, First of all, we have the eyes of beauty, positive expectations and clarity, number 25. So straight away I'm feeling that you may have experienced things in your life that feel ugly. This can be visually, like through the eyes, actually seeing things that were ugly, seeing things that were difficult, witnessing something that's been really challenging, and you're here to witness beauty, see beauty, perceive beauty. And this can be specifically like visually, I'm just getting that because of the eyes, but also on an internal level, about experiencing what beauty is, that real sense of what beauty means. And it's really great. A friend of mine spent some time really exploring the term beauty and what that does mean. A group she was exploring that term with, they really came back to the sense that beauty is really about love, about this appreciation, this love, this deep sense of things being in harmony. And let's carry on. But there is something about being able to see with the eyes of your higher self, from source, from a healed soul perspective. Being able to see and have clarity, understanding from a higher level, rather than being immersed in the 3D world, being able to step back and have that perception. And we have Melchizedek, higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to go to further progress. So you already have a certain sense. You've already developed this to a certain degree, is what this is saying, that you already have been exploring or working with this concept of beauty. And you can go deeper with it, and allowing yourself to go deeper with it, because there is a really warped perception of beauty in our society, right? There's a kind of twisted understanding of what it really means. And you have the capacity to take this to a different level, a different understanding, and really hold that vibration. And also allowing yourself to desire beauty, because there can also be this resistance that it's not okay to want to be beautiful or to experience beauty because it's shallow. So there is something about going into that real depth of understanding of what beauty is about. And let's see, inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Right, where are you seeing from? Where do you perceive from? Because when you perceive from your soul, which we access through our heart center, then you can see from a different perspective. You can shift your understanding when you're not looking with your eyes, when you're not trying to understand or judge something on its beauty or absorb beauty through your eyes. When you tune into your heart, you get a different sense. You get a richer sense. And actually, something that maybe for you is truly beautiful, it's going to align on all these levels. So it's going to visually be appealing. It's going to appeal to your heart. It's going to appeal to your sensuality, to your body, your physicality, the smell, the taste, the touch. It's going to feel enlightening and enlivening. And I feel this is really about you being able to explore the whole of your internal being in order to appreciate what true beauty is in your life. Connecting all of these centers, all your chakras, to discover the true meaning of beauty. And the initiation, rite of passage. You're going somewhere sacred. Right, yeah, this for me, this looks like this experience of ugliness, this experience of darkness, shadow, trauma, a real, horrible, painful places that were kind of shocking, cutting, and damaging. I feel this kind of sense of damage and fear. But in order to find this beautiful land, this beauty that's here, this incredible haven, it's like you had to journey through this other place, through this other land. And yeah, that may, you may be still there. You may feel like you haven't reached your paradise yet, that you're still on this journey. But having this vision, having this understanding of where you're headed, it's going to really help you. What's this detail here? I think these are crystals. I can't quite see, even with just eyes, but they look like crystals growing out of the rock. Maybe crystals are some way you can help connect with beauty on your journey. There's also the snake healing. This is healing, and healing these wounds, healing this perception, healing this trauma in order to come into this beauty, understanding the journey and the path there. And this reminds me of, this song, "The crack is where the light comes in." It's like a crack. So you can find it. You can find this in the cracks, and this is why you've been broken, why you've experienced falling apart, breaking apart, is to see into the cracks and discover something beyond. What else? Wealth. Again, another thing that could be judged as not very spiritual to experience. And I'm really feeling financial wealth, to have money, to have plenty, that you can enjoy and experience life. Like you're allowed to want to have money and to feel richness and to experience beauty through financial wealth. And of course, this connects to the general feeling of abundance, feeling like you have more than enough, that you're always catered for, you're always looked after, that you always have enough to keep you going and to do what you want. And because I feel like these terms, beauty and wealth, feel very connected, in that they can be, seen as the sins. I'm thinking of the 7 deadly sins, and I can't think of what they are, but I know 2 of them. What's one of them? Is it like gluttony? Would that be the wealth one? Would be the reverse? Would be gluttony? But like 2 of these 7 deadly sins, these real physical desires, and is it pride? Would be beauty, something like this. So you may have experienced, come into contact with these ideas of gluttony and pride, or greed. Greed, that's the one. Greed and I think pride. All I can think of is that film, with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. What's in the box, Brad? Yeah, I remember that from my childhood really strongly. So, yeah, you may have experienced other people or yourself being greedy, being prideful. Or the reverse, poverty and ugliness. Or a lack of, in terms of yourself, like a lack of self-love, a lack of value for your own beauty. Like misperceptions within yourself, who you are, what you look like, your own body, your own bank account. Really interesting. Okay, what else do we have? The King of Scrolls. Yeah. There's something, I always feel this kind of defensiveness with this card. You know, he's in this very beautiful space, beautiful garden. But the path here is blocked, and he's all kind of folded up. And feeling this is like this kind of allowance, allowing yourself to open up, allowing yourself to open the gates, to not protect yourself, defend yourself. I feel like maybe you may find some joy in kind of stepping outside of your comfort zone, stepping outside of your protected space. Like you may keep yourself quiet, keep yourself hidden, keep yourself in an idea or a concept, a space that feels comfortable, that you can make beautiful. It's like if say you live, you've made yourself a really nice little house and you feel very comfortable in there, you've made it all beautiful and everything, and that feels very safe, but you have control, right? There's this control over your environment, control over your belongings, over the situation you're in, and this feels very safe. But there is a whole world beyond, and this path, I really feel like it blocks people coming in. It may block you leaving. Maybe you feel safe inside that, but it stops other people from entering because you don't allow for the wild beauty. You know, it's this controlled beauty, this maintained, manicured garden, which you can control this little space around you. And opening up this gate can feel terrifying, is what's coming. It feels terrifying because there's this huge expanse beyond which you can't control. There's this wild beyond that you cannot manicure the entire earth. And in that space, that's where you find beauty, and you discover beauty in its natural form, rather than trying to create or manufacture what you think is beautiful. So there's something about this, some area of your life where there's a need to let go of control and allow yourself to just take the path and see what wildness you encounter, and let yourself be surprised. Yeah, let yourself be surprised. Okay, last card. Melt into divine desire. Yeah. I mean, this is great. This one's great for soul purpose, because this is really it. It's allowing yourself to really want, to really accept that it's okay to have desire and to express desire and to follow it. And I find this a very sensual card, sexual card. It's very, it's root and sacral chakra. So again, money and home, creativity, passion. Allowing yourself to dive into those and to really want them. Like, allow yourself to dream and to open to being able to have what you want. To really have what you want. Yeah. Really beautiful group, really beautiful reading. Haha, beauty. I guess anything else? I think this, as I'm saying, like what you want, some of this is about really um, tuning into these things from your heart space. Even see how the wealth card and the beauty card have come up as being centered by this heart space, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Really important to be in alignment with these things. So allowing yourself to want wealth, allowing yourself to want beauty, to desire these from a heart space, so you can clarify what it is, what those things really mean, and making sure that they align with your full being, that it's not just from it's not just from a gut, it's not just from a kind of I want to say like a base lower kind of desire of like just wanting greed, just wanting because you want, but connecting that to your heart center, connecting that to your third eye, your clarity and insight, your higher knowing, aligning these things. So really, if you want to go into this further, like get yourself into a space where you're really aligned, doing whatever practice it is, get yourself into this really, really deep connection where you feel very centered and almost kind of like non-emotional, this space where it's just very still, and then go into your imagination. Allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to fantasize, and from this still place fantasize what's fully encompassing for you. Okay, right, group number 1. So I'm going to do an extension and I'm going to go further into how to create this in your life. So how to create steps towards wealth and beauty, your heart connection. These are the main things. How do you step into these 3 things? Okay, so if you want to follow that, the link's below. Otherwise, I hope this gave you some insights, some ideas how to begin anyway. And thank you so much for tuning in. Please give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or you can book a personal reading with me below. Okay. Okay, group number 2. Let's see what comes up for you regarding soul purpose. So, interesting. The first card we have is the word Lord. Communication, praise, and dishonesty. So, I mean, fairly obviously straight away, the idea of expression, communication, sharing insight, understanding, knowledge, wisdom through the written word, through writing, through speaking, through any kind of communication. Visual communication can also be art, dance, theatre. Also lecturing, public speaking, conferences. And also running workshops, leading classes, that kind of thing. It's quite a wide area, right? Communication. But specifically, language is really important. Words and language. Let's go more into it. We've got Kuthumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Okay, so this group, you have an understanding, an idea already what your purpose is, and so you just trust that. We'll go more into things, but do trust whatever understanding you have. We also have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Okay, very deep healing. Cellular level is like really in the bones, in the blood, that things are transforming. And interestingly, I'm noticing these kind of crowns, these halos behind the characters, all these three. She has this halo here. He again has this halo. And even the word Lord here has this, it looks like a mirror, but it's got the astrological symbols around it. Like like a halo. They're all surrounded by this this light, insight, this knowing, connection to source. So this can be channeling. I did a very beautiful private reading on soul purpose recently, and this was actually the main energy, and it was about channeling. Being able to channel spirits, angels, guides, and being able to record and share that insight. So channeling could also be relevant here. The horse, accepting help from another, delegating authority. This is about teamwork and not having to do things on your own. So even though, you know, all these characters, they're all on their own in the images, if your purpose is, you feel really like this, so you have joy in connecting and sharing information, ideas, there is something in this not being a solo pursuit, or finding out how to make it something that is integrated with others. So this could be just sharing with others, so it's not that just you're just channeling for yourself, just writing for yourself, but that you share and you communicate beyond yourself what it is that you're really connecting with. And this can also be working with spirit, so developing a really close bond with your guides, or with whoever if you're channeling, whoever you want to connect with, that you develop a strong connection and receive support from spirit as well. This is asking for help and giving help as well, or giving others roles to help you. So not carrying everything on your own. Horse is also very determined, powerful, you're very strong, lots of vitality. Something about this kind of motivation and movement, yeah. She shall always prevail here as well. This is about a very focused mind, very focused dedication. This group, I feel like you have a very powerful mind. You know, the word Lord, this is also like the King of Swords. It's the air energy, the mind, thoughts, ideas, inspiration, understanding, perception, wisdom. You likely have a very intelligent, strong mind and the ability to focus it. So I feel like having very clear focus and then using your vitality and your strength to really move forward with it, you're going to be successful. This is how you can be successful in moving into your joy. Spring, autumn, with spring at the top, Four of Forces. This is the Four of Wands. So this, with the transformation card, I feel like for those of you tuning into this group, you are in a new beginning, a time, a new birth, a new arrival, something you may have been working on a very deep level with releasing your, I want to say your past, releasing your or healing your history, and this may actually connect to what you want to share, what you want to communicate, is reflections and understandings of your experiences. and of coming into independence. I feel there's something about you coming into individuality, into a strong sense of self, a strong sense of knowing who you are, and being able to hold that within you. It's like I feel like you've created a strong aura for yourself, like you've created a strong energy space, and you're able to hold that. So with your focus and your vitality, you can hold that space, and there's something about communicating or expressing from that space, but allowing others to help you, either to help you share or to help you hold that energy, because you're very independent. There's definitely something about receiving information, receiving ideas from spirit, light coming in from above, ideas coming in from above. And I do feel this very powerful third eye, crown and third eye energy. Like a lot of clarity. And this may be fairly new. It may feel quite recently that it's really become stronger or clearer. And yeah, this is the birth of something new. This is the process. You're coming into a place either where you're working on a new level or a different level with this expression, or it's a completely new thing, and you may need some guidance and help from others in order to keep it moving forward and to keep it on track, because there is something about needing to keep that real focus on what it is you're exploring. On another level, you may have come into this life with real challenges and difficulties around communication. So you may have grown up in an environment where communication was very unhealthy. It could have been a lack of communication, silence, things being said, passive-aggressive kind of behaviour, or overly communicative, very loud, non-stop, almost kind of overwhelming communication. Could have been loud or aggressive. It could have been this kind of tight lip, not being allowed to speak. This can be you and also ancestors not being heard. Can be you may have grown up yourself not being heard, not having a voice, having to suppress your own ideas or understanding. And hearing negative words as well, criticism. You may have grown up almost used to receiving criticism, receiving negative attention. And so you're coming into a place, or learning to come into a place, where you experience really healthy communication, where you can receive praise, receive affirmation and positive attention for your words, for your communication. Okay. One more thing. Again with this history is authenticity of word. So you may also have grown up environments where, or experienced environments where there were manipulation of language and words. So this could be lies or deceit, or like twisting language, twisting words, or like misuse of words. This can even go back to past lives. So this can be in spell casting. Spelling, as you know, I'm sure, spelling words relates to the actual act of casting spells. And so again, in your previous lives you may have misused magic and spellcasting, or it may have been used against you. So these may also be things to kind of clear in order to come through with this really powerful positive communication. Okay, so I'm going to do an extension, and I'm going to look into what steps you can do for your life in order to improve communication, express yourself, and any other insight perhaps in how you get help or support, how you keep focus, that kind of thing. So follow the link below if you'd like to tune into that. The steps you can take now to move into this beautiful, joyful expression. And otherwise, please give me a like, subscribe. You can get a personal reading with me below, or drop a comment, say hi. All right, thank you, group number 2. Hi, group number 3. Let's see. Group number 3 has card number 3. The Spirit Whisperer. Divine guidance and higher knowing. So you have the ability to really be very psychic, to be very connected to the spiritual realm, to speak to beings beyond physical reality, to sense energy fields, and work with the land, gridding, portals, teleportation, telepathy, to experience the world beyond. Really experience the world beyond. So you may have grown up in an environment where this was restricted, frowned upon, criticized or judged. This may have been in childhood or growing up, or even in past lives as well, where you've been disconnected from spirit. And actually, this is something that will bring you so much joy, so much happiness, is being able to express and communicate with the divine in a powerful, wholesome way. Let's see more what we've got. Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. Awaken to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. So this is important in this connection. In order to really open to spirit, you open your heart, open your soul, and so you can see and connect with spirit from a heart space. So not from mind, or not purely from mind, but from an aligned mind and heart. So again, you may have come into places where your heart was blocked or you were shut down. You may have had chakras shut down, third eye, heart chakra, kind of real deep blockages in these places, which you came in to open up and awaken in order to experience a deep connection with your own heart, with your own soul, your own spirit, your higher self, and to develop a very deep relationship with it. Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. This is what I was feeling, like there's something about having the strength to speak from spirit, to trust that you are in your heart, that you are aligned in your heart, so that you can express what spirit wants to say. Particularly, voice. This is the voice of truth, and having this very strong clarity and strong boundaries. Trust in who you are and your own feelings and experiences, and not being afraid to share them. to know that you are protected and you are looked after. No. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. This could be a particular message for you right now. If there's something in your life you're wondering if you should take some action on something, the advice might be no. But I'm also feeling like it might not be the time for you to express just yet. It might be the time for you to develop deeper this connection, so to develop a deeper relationship with the spirit and with your heart and really connecting these. And then once those are aligned, then is the time to speak up and share and express. But first of all, to develop this real deep trust and self-love, self-appreciation. And again, this is again about boundaries, about being able to hold your own space, hold your own energy, because you're very open. Your energy is very open because it's receptive to spirit. So you're likely very empathic, very psychic, and you can allow things in that aren't healthy for you. So it's really important to learn how to set your boundaries energetically, emotionally, physically, so that you don't absorb from other people or other situations, environments, things that negatively affect your own connection. And I'm feeling this pyramid, like visualizing yourself in this pyramid, holding yourself in a pyramid space that really allows you to feel protected and contained. Let's see what else we have. The Bard. Yeah, so this is again about this expression. Music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. So yeah, I feel like this is this connection to spirit, and being able to then voice it, express it, share it, bring it to life, bring it to physical reality. And through different places. I mean, the Bard is essentially a creative. So this can be through singing or music or stories, but also through theatre, through dance, through art. This is like a puppet show here. Yeah, lots of different ways you can express and share the divine. And then we have, okay, interesting, fated meeting and reflection. Your time to shine. Yeah, I mean, actually these two cards came up in a personal reading recently on Soul Purpose, and it's interesting these two again came out together. Fated meeting is about relationships and reflection. For me, when they come together in the same deck, there's also a meaning. They kind of influence one another. And so there is this reflection in meeting. So you may also be someone who part of their purpose is about learning through reflection and relationship. I mean, we all do that, but this can be part of your specific journey, your specific, unique intention for this life is to have a sacred, divine connection with a soulmate where you really learn and process and find joy in that. So you, it's interesting because this kind of soulmate relationship is or can ultimately be about a physical connection, a physical experience, something that's very tangible, sensual, but there's also this sense of you being very connected to spirit. And again, there's these this couple are in spirit up here. It's like they meet in spirit, they meet in physicality, but they meet in spirit. So there's this dual experience of being connected on different levels. And that actually part of the joy that you want to experience in this life is relationship, because again, with the heart awakening, it's like that that experience of love and connection is through connecting with someone else. So you have this connection to yourself, to your own love and spirit, but then experiencing the same connection, this divine heart-opening connection, just not only on a personal level, this is a personal experience, but also in connection with someone else. And you will likely encounter someone, or have already encountered someone, who's going to trigger reflections of you, who is going to help you awaken to this, and awaken to really expanding your heart and communicating and connecting with spirit. So if you haven't already met someone, know that this is part of your journey, and it may be something that, because we've got the no card, something that hasn't quite happened yet or is not quite ready yet. You may already be aware of a soulmate connection, but it's something that is still not kind of fully ready. That is still in the process of healing, right? In the process of being rebuilt. It's like this journey is not quite there. The journey is kind of, there's a storm, right, that's going on. But ultimately this is part of your purpose as well, is to experience divine union with someone else. And then we have your time to shine. So I feel like this is about you being noticed, being appreciated, being seen. I feel this is something that's going to make you feel really good. And this kind of connects to the Bard and Joan of Arc. It's actually about not only having this divine connection, there's almost 3 parts I'm feeling to your particular purpose for this group. There's this deep soul and spirit connection, which will bring you great joy and satisfaction. There is relationship, a soulmate relationship that's going to bring you this joy. And then there's also this expression and being seen, being witnessed, being heard, being appreciated, not being afraid to hide. And all of these parts are creating your unique identity. Or it may be, for this group, maybe one particular aspect relates more than the others, or 2 of them, something like that. Whatever feels true, because because you're going to be like, yes, that's going to make me really happy. That's going to really inspire me. That's what I really want for my life. Or that's what I didn't have before. Or that's what's missing. And when you feel that, then you know, okay, this is something that I really want for my life. That's going to make me happy. So for this group, I'm going to do an extension. What I'm going to do in your extension is I'm going to look at the next steps to take for each of these areas. So what are your next steps regarding your soul and spirit connection, regarding your soulmate connection, and regarding your expression, speaking out, and creative endeavors. Okay? Because I feel like this no is going to apply to some and not so much to others. So it may be that like one particular area is where to focus now, and to bring those things into harmony as they are ready, as they unfold. Okay, so group number 3, thank you for tuning in. You can follow the link to that extension below. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and you can book a private reading with me below. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hi, group number 4. Okay, let's see what we have for you. What have we got here? The prison waif, self-sabotage and poverty consciousness. Okay. Let me have a look through these. Charity, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, expect the best possible outcome. Okay, they have kind of quite strong similarity. Soul family, call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. Guys, what are you going through? Something's going on, you need help. Death, the king, restriction, movement. King of Roses, sacred ecosystem. Okay. We've got two kings here. The king and the king of roses. Something about masculine. Part of your journey is about transforming the masculine. Whether you're male or not, it can be about transforming your internal masculine, your internal relationship with men, but also with the masculine traits, identities, or the masculine essence, the inner masculine, and you being accepting and integrating and finding balance with that. Okay, something is going on. Let me have a little think. I'm really getting the sense that you people need to call on a little bit of help from some people. I feel like this group is quite likely in the midst of something quite intense and quite challenging. This for you guys, okay, this could relate to the past. This could be something you've been through, or it could be something you're currently going through, okay? So take it as it resonates. But if you are currently experiencing this is something for you to realize that you're holding yourself prisoner actually right now. So it's like you can't even see your soul purpose because you're so swamped by your emotion, by your mind. It's like you have some very maybe negative mindsets. You have some ideas about yourself or your life that you can't be happy, that you are here to suffer. You may feel like my life is about suffering. My life is here to accept what I've got and just get on with it. And it's not about me being able to be happy or enjoy or experience life. And with that perception, you are keeping yourself trapped in a prison. You're kind of locking yourself in, when actually if you can turn that around, if you can flip those ideas and look behind you, you're going to see there's a way into something brighter, lighter, more positive, and actually you've got wings to fly, you've got wings to get out and to soar, to enjoy, to be happy, and to really embrace life. So let's see what we've got here to help you. I need some water very quickly. Okay. So, you need to believe that you can receive what you want, that you can have what you want. Ask and you shall receive. Think about what you desire, set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. Okay, I feel like this particular group, it's not really telling you what your soul purpose is, but helping you to realize that you can have what you want in life, realizing that you do have the ability to manifest or create something different from your current circumstance, that there is something much bigger, brighter, happier for you. And also, I think this is about this masculine energy. It's about taking control of your life, about becoming a leader of your own life, having authority over your own life, and realizing that you don't have to be a victim of your experience, that you can transform it. and you are like entirely supported to do that by spirit and by your soul family, soul connections. You may feel at the moment kind of like you're on your own and very isolated. Actually, this is part of your purpose, is to realize that you are not alone, and that you are an essential part of divine life on earth. This card, particularly this card, Sacred Ecosystem, is about realizing that you are worthy of connection, community, of being held by others and being looked after, and that you are a valuable part of the system. The story, there's a little story in the book that goes with this card, and it's about a pot. So what's it about? It's about some people carrying water from a well to a kitchen, carrying the water there. And so the people are all using these pots to carry the water there. But one of the pots is cracked, and the I think the person carrying it says, I think we should, to the people, the person in charge, I hope I'm explaining this well. They say to the person in charge, we should get rid of this pot. It's cracked. It's leaking water everywhere. It's not worthy. It's a useless pot. It has no place because it just leaks. And the person in charge says to that person carrying it and says, look at where you've been walking all these years with that pot, with that cracked pot that's been leaking water. And all along that path, on those places, there are beautiful flowers growing because they received the water from that cracked pot. So just because your perception of what you should be or what you are, you may see yourself as damaged, or your situation is damaged, your life is damaged, actually you don't even see the beauty you're creating or the magic that you're creating. You can't see it because you haven't got that perception, because you're keeping yourself trapped. And so it's believing. You need to believe in your worth, believe in your own strength, your own capacity to change your life and change your situation. Actually, right now, you're quite likely going through some kind of inner death, some kind of transformation. This is this card. So some kind of, it's like you are needing to let go of something. This could literally be someone in your life. It could be a physical, someone parting, someone transitioning. This can also be yourself. You are going through a metaphorical death where you may feel like things in your life are falling apart or falling away. You may be valuing different things, valuing different people. And it may feel like a dark place to be. But what's happening is you are actually needing to go through that process and allow those things to go. Because once you go through that death and go through that process, the restriction on moving forward into the happiness in your life is going to be lifted, and you'll go into movement, okay? And you'll be able to move and flow and experience a change in your life. But it's like you need to allow things to end, allow things to die. This could be mindsets. This could be particular ideas or thoughts you have about your life. You need to let them go. These can be very difficult, especially if they're ingrained from a very long time in your life. You may have had experiences in your life where you have been the victim of traumatic situations or traumatic relationships, where you have been potentially attacked or abused or victimized in some way, ostracized. I'm getting to. But the thing is now, I mean, you have a certain level of consciousness already, right? Because you wouldn't be watching this if you didn't. You wouldn't be wanting to know what your soul purpose was if you were completely illusioned in that place. Actually, you have the capacity to shift and change. So I also feel like you may be waiting for someone to rescue you, that you feel like you need someone else to come in and save you. And again, this is self-sabotage, because you're always putting the power into someone else's hands. You're giving someone else control over your life. And I feel like what you're being really asked to do, this is a big part of your purpose and in finding joy, is realizing that you are in charge of your own life, no matter the external circumstance, and that you can bring yourself love and bring yourself satisfaction and joy and an inner peace, inner harmony. You don't need to be rescued. And when you have that realization, that awakening, and you are able to do it, like you are practically in your life creating something that you feel like you rescued yourself and you created something powerful for yourself, you feel like you belong and you have worth in life, then you attract in a partner. Either you attract in your partner, or you become this authority in your life. So quite likely, if you're female, you will attract in someone who will be that king energy. But first, you need to embody that. You need to become the king of your life. Not the queen or the princess. You need to embody the inner king. And then that reflection of a real physical person will come in, or your partner will evolve into that. But you don't need to do it alone, okay? So ask for help, get support, get help in healing, shifting, letting go of trauma. Like, I feel like you need to engage more with this process of spiritual awakening or consciousness awakening, whatever it is you want to call it, and explore things that are going to help you shift and transform. Set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. Ask and you shall receive. This is all about focused intention, all about asking and receiving. So if you feel like you have nothing, just ask Spirit for help. Just say, I need help, prayer. I need help. I need help. Who can help me? How can I be helped? You don't need to have money to do this, right? You don't need to know where to go. You just ask the universe, I need support with this. I need help with this. And send that message out and believe that something will come in, something can change, something will help you transform and shift. Okay, group number 4. I am going to continue this in an extended, and I'm going to ask more about how you can step out of the consciousness that you're currently in. How can you shift your mindset? How can you embody the king energy? And how you can feel self-worth. Okay? So if you want to go into that more with me, then follow the link below. Otherwise, please subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and give me a thumbs up or drop a comment below. You can also book a personal reading below if you want personal guidance with this. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love to you, and speak to you again another time.